Hello and good evening, everyone. I apologize for a late start. Yeah, I apologize for a late start. Please forgive me. Okay, this is very impromptu. I had not been originally planning, well, let's put it this way. I'd wanted to do a video for a while, but this was a situation which I felt needed to be looked at. As you know, I'm British, and the British royal family is is in quite a state at the moment for health reasons. Now, I figured that the best way for me to tackle this was to look at um, the two individuals within the royal family who are having health issues, but look at them individually. So tonight I'm going to be looking at Kate, and tomorrow I'm going to be looking at Charles. However, I will be joined tonight by my buddy, my great friend, my mate, Brett. Brett Valdez will be joining us tonight, hopefully. He did send me a message that something seems to be going on with him, so we shall see. But he should be joining me very shortly. Now, it's been a while since I've done any videos, and I suppose I should take this as an opportunity to clue you in as to why it's been so long. Basically, I've been going through a lot for the last 6 months. In fact, the last 3 years have been pretty rough on my family, but the last 6 months have been especially so. I lost my father very suddenly in mid-July, and I lost my grandmother, my nana, in well, anyway, let's just say we've only just buried her very recently in the last couple of weeks. So as much as I've wanted to do some new things with the channel, and I will go on to do new things, it's been a lot. It's been a lot for myself and my family these last few months. That's why you've hardly seen anything of me, really. Now, tonight I'm going to be having a look at what's going on with Catherine. Please excuse me while I move my table. Yes, I'm going to have a look at what's going on with Catherine. Oopsie daisy. Right, here we go. I think something. Yeah, and so we'll have a look at the cards. We'll see what we can find out. Hopefully, Brett will be joining us soon. Let me have a look and see where he's at. Okay. I'm going to phone him to make sure he's all right, because he said something about swelling. I don't want him to do himself a mischief. Hello, darling. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my setup going.
Yeah. Are you sure? Do you still want to come on tonight, or do you want to leave it? Isn't time?
I feel self-conscious.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to participate but you don't want your face to be seen, that's fine as well. If you want to put the camera on the cards, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, if you're worried, because I'm here, I'm actually live now talking to you. Don't worry, you're not on speaker. Okay, so we'll see you in a bit, shall we?
Yeah.
All right then. Okay then, I will kick off and start the reading shortly, and you'll join me when you can. Okay.
All right.
All right then. Take care, darling. See you soon. Bye bye. Bye bye. Right. I am sorry. As you know, I'm normally, well, maybe a little bit, just a little tiny bit more professional than I am today. Just a little bit. However, yeah, Brett's not feeling fantastic at the moment, and he's got some health issues, but he's not feeling 100%. But he will be joining us later, so you will have two for the price of one. Okay, but he will be joining us. Right. So in that case, I'm not going to stall much longer. I'm going to start shuffling some cards. And as I am doing this on my own, I'm just going to do the thing, do the do. So please bear with me while I sage up. Okay. Yeah, that's not working. Okay, let me just break out the incense, shall we? Just break out the incense. Gosh, you can tell it's been a while since I've done anything like this, can't you? Crumbs. I am almost back to what I was doing before. Oh, goodness gracious me. All this incense come out of the bag. Heavens above. Okay. Yes, as you can tell, I kind of decided to do this whole thing very last minute. Very last minute. So I have barely prepared anything. Mind you, I did manage to put my eyebrows on today, so that's something. Okay. Right then. Okay, here we go. Right. And I'm off. Right, for tonight's reading, I'm using the Game of Thrones Tarot, which I felt would be very appropriate tonight. So this is the Game of Thrones Tarot, but I'll also be using a number of oracle cards because I'm being drawn to the fact that there are a number of health issues with happening within the royal family, and for them to all be happening at once, I think it points to some kind of overarching energy, and I'd like to have a look at that too. So for the overarching energy, I am going to be using my Caroline Miss archetype cards to have a look at the overarching energy that's affecting the whole family. I'm also going to look at the Oracle of Ascendance. Now, the Oracle of Ascendance is one of those decks where you only ever really need one card. But I'm going to be using this Pacific deck, the Pacific deck, to look at which chakra is affected for Kate, where her main issue is, because she's terribly sick. Nobody really, they've been very ambiguous as to what's happened. You know, we know she's had surgery, but that's what they tell us, that she's had abdominal surgery, but we have no idea what the surgery was for. Um, and I've watched a few of the tarot readers out there, and a lot of them have hinted towards there also being something happening with her emotionally, which I'd really like to have a look at. To be perfectly frank, as a Brit, I'm very worried about Kate. I do not wish to see a Diana part two. And so I am concerned. I am concerned. And whilst I'm not pro royal myself, particularly, I'm also not anti monarchist either. I come from a very pro royal family. My great uncle, one of my grandfather's brothers, was actually a Queen's Guard. So my family are quite pro royal. So I guess, yes, I'm concerned about Kate. I am. Right. So let's have a look, see what do the cards say. Right. I have a number of cards out here. So for the main reading, what am I looking at? First, I'm going to look at the archetype cards. But before I start reading, I'm going to say some prayers. Mother, Father, God, Lord Yeshua, your divine emanation, ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, please help me to give this reading. Help me to give clarity. Please show me what you would like for me to see, to say. Please tell me what you would like for me to say. Please protect my energy and the energy of those who are watching and the energy of my space and the spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, anyone who would like to come and tell me what we need to know. Once they've done, please allow them to leave. Please be sure they leave with thanks and appreciation for what they are willing to share. In Lord Yeshua's name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. Okay, let's get shuffling. Okay, so the question. I'm not 100% sure what question to even ask about Kate, really, because there's so many questions to ask. So very many questions. I could ask what is the state of her health, but her state of her health isn't good. I could also ask what is happening with Kate now. Where is she? Is she being held in a place where she's being helped? Is she getting the help she needs? Or I could even ask what happened between her and William, because something clearly went on there. So, people who are watching, please feel free to give me an idea. What question should I be asking? What question should I be asking about Kate? What should I be asking about Kate? Or shall we just leave it up to Spirit to reveal whatever Spirit wants to reveal to us? Does anyone have any ideas? Please feel free to make a suggestion. Okay then. All right. I'm just going to leave it up to Spirit. Spirit, what would you like to reveal to us about what's going on with Kate? What's going on with Kate? Is she okay? Is she getting the help she needs? What is her situation? Okay, I'm going to cut my deck. Cutting the deck. I'm gonna, I don't know. Let's have another go. Is she okay? What's happening with okay? These two cards seem to want to come out. Okay, Spirit, what do you want to tell me about the situation with Kate? What do you want to tell me about the situation with Kate? Now the two cards wanted to come out. Oh, good heavens. What do you want to tell me about the situation with Kate? No, that one's all right. Okay, let's see. How many cards have we got here so far? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that card. 8, 9, 10. Right. So there's that. Okay. What is the prevailing energy over the royal family at the moment? What is the prevailing energy over the royal family at the moment? What is the prevailing energy? Let's have a look. See. I'm going to go for this one. Prevailing energy. I'm only taking one card this time. Prevailing energy. That's good. Okay. Which chakra should we be looking at that would be an indication of what Kate's main issue is at this moment in time? Which chakra should we be looking at? Which part of the body? Please give us a clue. Which part of the body? Which part of the body? I think it is this card. Okay. Right. Right. The prevailing energy for the royal family at the moment. Child Eternal. Okay, I will resend the link, darling. I'm going to resend the link. Child Eternal. Brett's just contacted me and asked me to resend the link. Now, when I'm looking at the Child Eternal, it's very obvious that it could point towards someone having some plastic surgery, determination to remain young in the body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. However, I think in this particular case, it's more of the shadow attributes, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. So I'm getting responsibility, dependency, and physical security. Someone's being irresponsible and someone's being very dependent. And there's something about physical security. Okay, I'm just going to send off this link to Brett. Okay. Here we go. Right. Okay. And hopefully he'll be joining us very shortly. So that's the first thing I get. Normally I would pull 3 cards, but there's something here about responsibility, dependency, and physical security. I said, what is the prevailing energy over the royal family? Why is this happening? You know what? I think I'm going to pull another card from this deck because that points to someone, but not the prevailing energy. So let's have a look at the prevailing energy. What is the prevailing energy for the royal family? Why is this happening now? The prevailing energy. Okay, one more card. Prevailing energy. Okay. 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 Oh, crumbs. Oh, dear. This is not about the royal family, people. This is about Kate and William's relationship. That's what this is pointing me to. Someone is being irresponsible. So let me put that there. Irresponsibility. And somebody is also very dependent. Understandable considering. Dilettante. A dilettante is somebody who is a bit like a social butterfly. You see them here, you see them there, you see them just about everywhere. Like the Scarlet Pimpernel. That's from a very old movie, but never mind. Okay. Someone who delights in trying a bit of this and trying a bit of that, but is not particularly invested in any of the things that they try. William. Beggar. Beggar. Oh, for crying out loud, what's going on here? Oh, gosh, what is going on here? I don't understand why it's not invite. Okay. Yeah, copy. Right. How am I supposed to let you in, sweetie? Instructions for guests. Guests can stream this to their own destinations. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, crumbs. All right, let me cut out of that. No, I can't do any of that because I'm still here with you. I don't know what's happening, people. For some reason, oh gosh, what on earth is going on? There's something going on. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what is happening. I can't seem to bring Brett on tonight for some unbeknown reason, which is very unfortunate because I'm sure he would have something to add. Good heavens. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let me carry on with the reading. Beggar. Light attributes of beggar confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Okay. Dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. I'm seeing that things have gotten too much for her in her marriage with William. Yeah. It looks like poor Brett is not going to be able to join us tonight, unfortunately. I don't think the spirits want him to get involved in this one. So he is not going to be joining us, unfortunately, which is very sad. I really wish he was joining us because, well, you know, it's great with me, but I love doing it with Brett. It's fun. Anyway, so, right. So I'm seeing Kate's, it's all gotten too much for her. It's all gotten too much for her. And it's very sad. Very sad. This is a person she thought she was going to spend the rest of her life with, but things have not worked out that way. Let's have a look at the rest of the cards. Now, I said, what chakra will we be looking at? Didn't get a chakra card. Didn't even get a zodiac card. The card I got was infinity. There is no beginning, there is no end. I'm going to have to read up to see what that actually means. Right, so let's look at the actual tarot. Oh, first card, the Fool. This is a reading, me asking what the Spirit want to tell us. The Fool. It's crossed by the Five of Swords. I am strangely not surprised. At the base of the reading, we have the Page of Spears, or the Page of Wands. In the past, the Four of Swords. Oh dear. Crowning the reading, the Five of Coins, or the Five of Pentacles. The immediate future, oh dear, the Page of Swords. All right, so far looking at this deck, okay, she's not in a good place for it, people. She is really not in a good place. She's really not in a good place. Okay. She's feeling defeated. Okay, the first card up is the Fool card. Now, the Fool card can mean somebody being foolish, and it can also mean the beginning of a new adventure. However, in this particular reading, because it's followed by the Five of Swords, I see it as somebody being foolish. Somebody doing something that they really shouldn't have done. The Five of Swords tells me that this is something that wasn't done with thought, it wasn't premeditated. However, it was very self-destructive. It was self-destructive, but not much thought went into it. Yeah. Self-destructive, but not much thought went into it. This is someone feeling tired and defeated. And even though they've proved a point, they don't feel like they've won. There's a great sense of loss here. I have two fives. Fives often mean loss. At the base of the reading, we have the Page of Wands. Pages can also mean princesses and daughters. I think she got a phone call. I think she got a phone call and somebody had something to tell her. It wasn't good news. And I think that's what made her totally flip. Yep. Two pages here. Phone call. She got a phone call. She got a phone call and she totally flipped. Someone told her something that I wouldn't even say so much that she didn't want to hear. I would go further and to say something that shocked her. She had a certain feeling of an expectation. She kind of knew how things were. She kind of knew what to expect from her situation, but somebody called her and told her something that she totally flipped the bleep out. And she wasn't thinking. She wasn't thinking, and she was frazzled. It frazzled her mind. She was frazzled. And because she was frazzled and she wasn't thinking and she was in shock, she wasn't paying attention. Which resulted in her having to go to the hospital urgently. Crowning the reading is the Five of Coins. Five of Coins often means loss. It can mean loss, financial loss. But pentacles or coins often also point to not just material as in wealth, but material as in health. So, health wise, she has lost. We also have here the Page of Swords in the immediate future. Now, the Page of Swords, this is about communication. So this is more of a mental card. Can also be a spy in the camp. May point towards us getting information that we're not supposed to get, things that we're not really supposed to know. Someone leaking information. But whatever information they leak, I don't think it's going to be good, people. It's not going to be good information that they're leaking. I would say, well, let's carry on and see what else the cards have to say here. 10 of coins. Okay, somebody is thinking about what they leave behind, legacy, family, that kind of thing. 10 of coins. The party where there is no one. Okay, in her mind going forward, I see this pointing towards what, well, for starters, it's the end of a cycle, but it's also pointing towards money. There's quite a few things here about money, and there's a lot of swords. So I'd say her major issue is mental, emotional, spiritual. That's the major issue here. But there are issues with the body, health and wealth, and family support. I did ask, what does Spirit want us to know? What's the message her? In her mind, an Ace of Swords. She's arrived at a truth, a very painful truth, a truth that she did not want to consider. Ah, man, I was really hoping this wouldn't turn up. I was so hoping this card would not turn up. And it has. In the concern is the Eight of Swords. In the interest of truth and honesty, by the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. It's all rubbish and foolishness. You don't have to believe me. It's all a complete load of cobblers. Don't believe me. This is for entertainment purposes only. At the end of the day, I don't know the royal family personally. Yes, my uncle was a Queen's Guard, but like, no, I don't know them. I've never met them. Understand? Entertainment purposes only. This is all just air in the sky. This is all, clouds. This is all smoke, whatever. It's all a complete load of cobblers. So you do not have to believe me at all, because I don't know these people. This is just me looking at the cards, and the cards are telling me something. Okay? Right. This is a concern. Now, I don't know how many of you actually know tarot, but this is not a nice card to get. I said for the last card, the Ace of Swords, that she is finally seeing truth. It's cutting through all the bull, cutting through the nicey talk, getting straight to the heart of the matter, right? The concern. The concern here is one of feeling repressed, feeling oppressed, feeling restricted. And with all of these mental cards here, with all of these swords, which are about the mental, I have pulled 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 9 cards are swords. I think she's tired. I heard William described by 1 or 2 people on YouTube in the comments as Wild Willie. In my brain, I've been calling him Wandering Willie. Wildly Wandering Willie. I think she's tired. I want to say something, but I can't say it. What I will say is that she's not okay. She's come to a decision and she's not feeling particularly supportive, hence 10 of cups, of coins. She's not feeling supported. She is not feeling family support and she is seeing a truth in her life. Let me pull, where is it? Oh, there it is. Good, because I'm a card short. All right, what card? Card short. Bottom of the deck, or should I just shuffle? Let me shuffle. Let me shuffle. All right, give me one more card. Give me one more card. 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 I'm going to go with this one. Okay, that is 7 of coins. What I will say going forward is what the outcome will be. There will be an assessment. She will be assessing her place in this family and whether it's worth staying in this family. Does not look good, people. Does not look good. Does not look good. I want to say, after seeing the 8 of Swords, the 7 of Coins, there's something here about a poor harvest. A poor harvest. There's a lot of regret here. A lot of regret. Okay. The card here, Infinity, that interests me because I was trying to say what is going on inside Kate herself. What is going on inside Kate herself? I'm going to read that card. All right, let's see. Where is it? Blah, 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 blah. Right, let's have a look. See. Infinity 21. Page 21. It's like a rope. I don't like that. When the infinity symbol appears, it represents the interconnectedness of all things, life and death, birth and rebirth, male and female, light and dark. It reminds us that all things are connected and one cannot have the good without the bad. The infinity message is balance. There is no end without a beginning, and there is no creation without chaos. Does this situation provide you with balance, or does it throw things out of balance? Are you giving to get, or vice versa? If you feel imbalanced when you focus upon the situation, your intuition is telling you it is not right. Reassess and look again. Girl, boy, people, reassess and look again. She's going through a major period of reassessment. She's now looking at her relationships and her life going forward, and she's trying to work out what really is best for her. Because health wise, she's not in a good place. She's not in a good place physically, she's not in a good place mentally or emotionally or spiritually. She's not in a good place. And she's starting to see things and she's asking herself right now, is it worth it? And she's feeling very, very restricted. Okay, well, that's the bit of the reading. I'm pulling from my Oracle of the Seven Energies because it seems the most appropriate when we're talking about somebody's health mentally and emotionally. And I would just want to know, Spirit, um, because we all just wish her the best and we all just want her to pull through. What advice have we got for Kate? What advice do you have for Kate so she can reach a resolution or be at peace with whatever decisions she comes to? What advice have you got for Kate going forward? What advice? Feeling the world. Feeling the world. Let's have a look and see what that means. 13th card. 13, 1 and 4 is about teaching. It's also about foundations. Key concepts: sensitivity to the feelings of others, awareness of the whole world and a broader perception, empathy overload and overwhelm. Okay. Empathy reminds you that you are not alone. It is a beautiful capacity to feel the connectivity all around you, giving you a profound sense of belonging, a broader experience of being part of the larger whole. That said, it can also be overwhelming, especially when you don't know where you end and the rest of the world begins. Now is the time to be clear about your boundaries. Ask yourself whose energy you've tuned into. You might find it's not even yours. If you are feeling off or drained when you're with someone, they may be siphoning your energy. In such an instance, this connection is not good for you. No matter how charismatic, shall I repeat? Shall I start that paragraph again? If you are feeling off or drained when you're with someone, they may be siphoning your energy. In such an instance, this connection is not good for you. No matter how charismatic the person is or how attracted to them you feel. Do not mistake codependency for closeness or allow your boundaries to become too porous. Trust your instincts and take care of you. Practice saying no. Avoid the temptation to turn off and go numb. Instead, be present. Somewhere in the middle of this feeling spectrum is where the magic is. You're also being asked now to be aware of how your words and actions may affect others. While it's not your job to determine how someone will respond to you, discernment is necessary. Be firm yet kind. Keep in mind that people pleasing will not give you what you truly need. That said, your empathy is beautiful and important. It just has to be balanced. Again, balance. In order for you to access its wondrous gifts. Today, celebrate the beauty of your sensitivity and that of others. Main themes I'm getting here: balance, discernment, boundaries, and saying no. Saying no. Avoiding the temptation to turn off and go numb. Well, people, I'm not going to speculate in as to whether Kate stays or goes, but I'll say this: whether she decides to stay or she decides to go, there's going to be some major changes. Major changes. Because whatever was happening before is going to stop. It's going to stop. Whatever was happening before is going to stop. If she decides to stay, certain things are going to come to an end. Sharpish. And obviously, if she decides to leave, then certain things will obviously come to an end. Knowing the royal family the way I know the royal family, and knowing that divorce really is not an option for William and Kate, I would say that William is kind of over a barrel now. Whatever nonsense he was carrying on with, he's going to have to stop it. Because she is not going to put up with it anymore. The boundaries here are clear. She ain't going to put up with it anymore. And that's if he wants to hold on to her. All right, people. Well, I've done my reading, and I hope that was enlightening somewhat. But yeah, I reckon she's going to fix his business good and proper. I could ask, is their marriage going to survive this? Are they going to stay together? I think they probably will stay together. I could even have a look to see in the tarot to see any more, but to be honest, This is not a particularly nice energy to work with. To be perfectly frank with you, right now I'm feeling a bit emotional. I'm feeling very sad. I'm feeling despondent and tired. Like I just want them to go away and leave me the freak alone. There's anger in there, but it's not the prevailing emotion. It's more of a resolute feeling. Yeah. And there's an emptiness there. There's an emptiness there. Yeah. She's over this. She's over it. She's totally over it. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, people. Yes. Yes. Sorry. Prayers for Kate. You meet someone and you fall in love and you think you're going to spend the rest of your days together. And there's going to be ups and downs and that all that glitters isn't gold, but you trust in that person. And things are good for a while, and then it all turns to crap. And you put up with it because you feel you have to, for this person's sake and that person's sake, for the family's sake, for the children's sake, and because you kind of have this hope inside you that things will change, but they just get worse and worse. And yeah, I actually feel like crying. I really hope that Kate is able to get out of this feeling or get out of this space. Get out. I'm not saying any more about that card. If you know tarot, you understand what the Eight of Swords is. I'm saying no more. Good night, people, and thank you for joining me. Oh, oh yes. Wherever you're watching this, thank you for joining me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I'll be back again tomorrow on Charles. Hopefully, not to say that cancer is great, because it isn't. I've had so many family members die from cancer. And I'm hoping that Charles, it doesn't take him that way. Um, but hopefully tomorrow's reading will be a little bit more cheerful. If I'm a bit more cheerful tomorrow, Charles will be fine. And with that, ta-ta.